Hello, thank you for tuning in to Vandalay Guitar Repair. I am your host, Sean. On the workbench today, we have this Tom DeLange, correct? Style Stratocaster. I think it's a Squire. I'm not positive if it's all Squire. I think the neck is a Squire, but it's pretty cool. Got the Seymour Duncan Invader in it. You know, one pickup, one volume. This is, what is that? Is that like a, man, it's a nice color green, seafoam green, I guess. I don't know if that's what Fender calls it. But anyway, there is an electrical problem with this. Don't know what that electrical problem is, so let's diagnose it. Hang on, I'll get you someplace where you can see, and let's plug it in and see what we got going on. Okay, so I have it plugged in. Let me turn my little amp on. Yeah, there's an issue there. Definitely dirty. Might be a connection problem too. Well, let's pull this pick guard, see what we got. This is a cool looking guitar. I've always liked these. Alright, I'm going to go around and get this pick guard off and we'll see what we have. Alright, so this thing is a mess. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this is from. It has a PCB all taped up. This is going to be awfully hard to get to. I think we're going to, let's pull this, we're going to have to pull this pot. Hang on, I'm going to loosen this thing up and just pull it off, and we'll see if we can't figure this out. Hang tight here and pull it off. Okay, so I mean, it's definitely dirty. I mean, it's not turning well. This PCB, as gross as it is, looks to be okay. I think there's probably some issues with it shorting out. I usually don't tape a lot of stuff, but there's already a lot of tape in here. So I am going to, I mean, he just wants it fixed, you know, to work. So I'm going to tape some of these areas where the wiring is frayed. It looks like someone put the Seymour Duncan in here, because this is a made in America Seymour Duncan. It has a screw stuck to it too. Well, that goes there. Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think that's what happened. And they just, I don't know, kind of did a hack job on it. Let's start by cleaning it. You know, it's always first. Clean it and then let me see what happens from there. Hang on, let me get my deoxit. Alright, let's spray quite a bit in here. That thing's filthy. Honestly, I'm going to spray outside this too. I mean, it's working, it's just really scratchy. So that feels 90% better already. All right, let me let's just plug it in and see if the scratchiness is gone. Oh, it is plugged in. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to tape some of this stuff up. And, because these are grounding out. I don't know if you can see that. Get you in here. Whoops. But these two wires here are bare, and they're intermittently touching each other. So I'm gonna tape those up. Again, it's not really my preferred method, but you know, we'll get it done. Hang on. All right. So to be honest, this thing is just making me want to vomit. I should have. Let me just see if I don't have a potentiometer, and I'm just gonna wire this thing. I'm just gonna rewire it. I think I'm gonna turn my soldering iron on. I mean, could I get it working? Yes. Is it going to fail again? Yes. And, you know, probably at the worst possible time, like while he's on while he's doing a show. Let me make sure I have a potentiometer that's going to work. Okay. Yeah, let's just. I can't. I just can't do it. I found a 500K short pot, and that will work out just fine. Let's just. I shouldn't even wasted any deoxit cleaning this. Yeah, I mean, look at that. All I have to do is pull on it. It's crazy. I don't even know how it was working. It's 250. I don't need that one. Alright, let me see here. My memory for Seymour Duncan's is correct. Because they're kind of odd. They're all pickups are odd. They don't wire the way you think they would. Black is hot. Red and white should be the split. So those will go together, and green and bare are ground. I do believe. If not, we'll have to move it, but I'm 99% sure that's what it is. So let's oh Lord. Let's start out by getting some exposed wire here, making this look halfway nice. Ow. And let's tin this stuff up. Hang on, let me get my solder. Okay, soldering iron is hot. Just let me get my fan here. Might be a little loud for just a moment. All right, this is from the trim. extra on that one. It's going to go on top of the pot. Alright, so let me start out by, like I said, red and white should go together. We're going to wrap those up. Oh, man. Alright. And then our green and bear are our grounds. So let's go ahead and tin those. And black is our hot. Alright, let's put let's get our pot together here. Get some solder on the back. There we go. Hang tight. Okay. So I want to run a ground from the pot to the pot actually. Just need a short piece of wire. Sometimes you can bend them over and do them that way. I usually just use a short piece of wire. For one thing, you know it's going to work. Alright, I'm going to put this right through here. Wrap that a little better. Fold it over. And solder that up. Should be us. Almost. There we go. And going to ground it to the top. Just like that. All right, then we're going to, our hot, first off, our red and our white, we don't want that to touch anything because that bridges our pickup. I'm going to get a little something here to take care of that. That should be good. All right, we're just going to put a little shrink on it. And this will keep it from grounding out on anything. A heat gun would work better, but I just usually use fire. Just get the fire close to it. It'll melt it down. Kind of smush it together if you need to. Watch out, it's easy to burn yourself. All right, so the hot from the pickup goes into this first eyelet, plug. I guess any of that terminology works. I'm a musician. I don't have to know what it's called. I just need to know how to make it work, right? All right, let's solder this. Should be us. All right, and then this ground, and this ground, all going to go to the top of the pot. So what I'm going to do is put another dab on there of solder. Just to make sure we have another place to connect it. There we go. All right, and ground this pickup. Should be us. And now, I don't like to ground the bridge to where the pickup is. I mean, I don't know that it matters much, but I feel like it does. So I always put it to the other side of the pod when we're just using one pod. All right, I'm gonna put a little extra on that. Make sure we have a good ground. It's looking good. All right. This is kind of tight, but it should be good. Okay, I'm going to put the positive on. This is for the output. You guys can see that. Should be us. Yep. And a negative for the output. Let's put it right there. Should be good. All right. Put just another dab there. I don't think we need it, but I'm going to. Risk of making it messy. All right. That should be us. I'm going to put some deoxit in this too, but let me make sure it's all working. It should be. Plug this up. Yep. All right. That takes care of that. Again, even though this is a new potentiometer, I like the deoxit stuff when I use it. I just think it's prophylaxis is my motto. You know, fix it before it happens. Especially when it's something simple like this. No reason not to do it. Okay. So hang on here. I'm just going to button this up and I'm going to go ahead and slide this under first and then do it. Hang tight. Let me slide it under here. Okay. So so you can see everything. That's more like it. More like what it should look like. He's wired pretty clean. A little sloppy on the top. I could have done better, but you know. 500K pot. It's exactly what this needs. And I want to slide this in here. I was gonna try to do it after the I had the pick guard under there, but I think it's gonna be a little too difficult, so just gonna do it like this. Gonna hold the back. I think that's probably 7/16. All right, nice and tight. Okay, that's all good. Now, fun part, sliding it in the strings. I want to take these strings off. They're gross. They're coming off at some point anyway. This guitar is going on to Paul Dean guitars when I'm done to get new strings and a setup and stuff. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just wiring it. So hang on here so you don't have to watch this cumbersome act. I'll show it to you when it's done, and we'll check the multimeter and stuff. Alright, so this pickguard was not fitting correctly. I trimmed it just a little bit there so it would be flush. It wasn't flush when it came in. In fact, I'm going to get this corner a little bit better. Just needs a little. There. There we go. Okay. It's going to make a huge difference. It's the little things. Let me put these screws in here. Alright, it's all buttoned up. Turn this amp on and alright, working as it should. Let me let's get a reading on this pickup. They're generally pretty hot. I'm thinking around maybe 16, 17K. Plus we'll make sure it's working at full capacity. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But I like Seymour Duncan pickups of all kinds. I'm a fan. Let's see what we got here. 1549. So I thought it was right around 16. Huh. Alright, perfect. We're gonna call this guitar done. And please tell your friends. Like, subscribe, do all those good things. Hit your bell. Leave a comment. You ever played one of these? I'd like to play it after it's set up. Right now it needs a lot, to play well. But it's a cool looking guitar. Thanks a whole lot for tuning in. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Please listen to Rifle every day. Love one another. Rock on.